So good morning. Hope there's not too much wind noise on the microphone. Even so, you should be able to hear me a little bit clearer. I've invested in a new Rode wireless microphone. So obviously with lockdown we're limited, so I've just decided to come out to my local area, which is Beverley, and see if I can find a picture. I'm heading down towards the Beck, which is a sort of a canal that comes off the River Hull. I've been down there before and can never really find much. I'm hoping the creative mindset, I might find something. You may not see much of me talking to the camera because obviously there'll be people around. It's just after 7 o'clock, so what I've noticed about with lockdown is when I go out for exercise, there's lots of other people doing the same, and the Beck is quite a popular spot, so we'll see what we see. So just to give an update on the weather, it's cold, a little bit windy, but I've already built up quite a lot of heat just from walking along and layering up far too much, so yeah, it's good conditions and it's nice. Okay, so I framed up a shot here that I've seen. No, the shot I'd framed up is actually not going to work now. I might take it anyway, but it's because there was some nice street light reflections and they've just gone off. So I can see there's one tiny light reflected in the distance. But I've got my ISO down to keep the picture quality as high as it can be. And I shoot in aperture priority, so set to f5.6 because I didn't want an incredibly long shutter speed, but something enough to smooth out the water. So that would have looked like this. Get up earlier and be quicker for that shot, but there we go. Okay, good morning. So as I said, I'm out at Beverley Beck looking for some photos. It's fairly quiet actually, and that's good for when I'm doing pieces to camera like this. So I've already lost a shot because the streetlights went out, but I'm going to head down this path. It doesn't go too far, just to see if I can find something that's a bit more urban, because I don't want to keep shooting pictures or you seeing videos of me shooting pictures in the woods. I was out there last night and thought I found some nice things, so I might put those up. But yeah, hopefully the microphone's picking me up talking this quietly, so we'll wander down this way and let's see what we find. Puddle here, let's see if there's some kind of a reflection. I quite like the way that tree is reflected in there. Let's have a look at that. Certainly getting some strange looks while observing and lining up this puddle. But this is the shot I've taken. I think it's okay. I like that the puddle sort of giving a window to something different. So we've got one of these wooden structures that I think the fishermen sit on. I'm sure there's a name for those. And then the reflection. And I did get some raindrops sort of speckled across the puddle, which was quite nice. Unfortunately, I have not charged the gimbal. I thought it was charged. It wasn't, and it's just failed. So it's not my day today. So I'm having to do this handheld with the mic sort of supported by me. So you won't really notice, but it means unfortunately I can't get any more of the nice walking shots. But hey ho. So we've got a picture. That's good. I'll put that on the screen, and let's wander a bit further down and see what else we find. It's very industrial around here, as you can see. As the sun comes up, I'm sure I'm going to get more and more strange looks. I'm just wondering if there's a nice shot of something industrial in there, and I'm just going to have a look for, so bear with me. So despite my camera focusing in the right area, what you'll notice is the tree and the puddle is annoyingly out of focus, which is a bit disappointing, so I'm actually really pleased with this shot. There is a dark object in the puddle. I think it's a stick or a stone, and I think the camera has probably focused on that and missed focus on the tree. So lesson learned for next time. But I'm happy with the composition, just a shame it didn't focus in on the puddle, because I think it takes the focus away from the puddle and makes the shot look a little bit unbalanced, because the sharp platform at the top is where the eye is drawn to, and it's a bit unusual that that's so far at the top. So a bit disappointing on that one. Quite useful using the Apple Watch to frame up your shots if you're using an iPhone, so hot tip for you there if you don't do that. I'm still in the same place. I'll have just shown you the picture I took of the sign that kind of stood out, but there's quite a lot of, I think it is actually, I wasn't sure what it was on here. I think someone's dropped a load of birdseed just to feed the birds, obviously. And a little robin popped in, and I had the prime lens on, so I took a shot, and I've got one of him sort of facing, but he's just come back. So I've popped on the lens affectionately known as the daddy zoom. I'm just going to check you're getting my sound. You are. No, it keeps sort of flying in and flying out, so I'm just going to stay here a minute till he comes back and I can get a really nice close-up shot of him handheld. So let's see what happens. No, he's not coming back, I don't think, so I'm going to move on. There's more people around now, so I look more and more ridiculous. So I'm going to head down the path and see if I can find a picture of some boats. So hopefully you're receiving the sound. I've just shot this life raft, and that I think it's a really nice shot. I quite like the graffiti on it, and it's nicely framed by these trees around the outside. And that takes me quite nicely actually into something I wanted to say on this video, which was to pay a bit of, not tribute, but a shout out to some of the YouTubers that I follow, one of which is James Popsis. Now if I can figure it out, 'cause I haven't done this before yet, I'll put a link to his account, to his channel. But his photography is fantastic. He's got a very different style. I use a tripod for most of my photography, but he notoriously doesn't like tripods and shoots a lot of handheld. And he's got a really good way of capturing stories, which is sort of what I've tried to do there. The fact that there's graffiti and that it's worn suggests it's not been used for a while, maybe says something about the area. But if you like photography, he's definitely worth watching. Very engaging. yeah, and he sort of inspired me to do what I'm doing, and he certainly influences the type of photography I take as well. So I will also just say I've bought these Rode wireless microphones, but I don't know if I've got a dodgy batch, but this does not stay on. I have to keep pushing. I don't know if it's meant to clip on or if I've brought a dodgy one, but I've already nearly lost it twice. Very annoying, but it's all good. Yeah, so I'll carry on further down and we'll see what we find. Interesting. Of solidified mushrooms of some kind. Oh, there's a car coming. Get out of the way. Get out of the road, crazy photographer. God, that wind is really cold. Like, what the hell, man? Right. You still recording? I think so. Oh, you are. Right, I'm going to go down and look at these boats. I don't know how much. I'm now using my entire tripod, fully extended, as a selfie stick, which looks absurd. It's cold. My hair, I can see reflected in the back of my beautiful iPhone. Looks ridiculous. It's not actually, well, the temperature, I don't think, the ambient temperature, is what you say, isn't as bad as it has been, but the wind is really cold. So, down to look at these boats. I'm determined to get a boat shot of some kind, and then there was a little footpath there, and there's some trees isolated in that field that look quite interesting, so we're going to have a look at them. So here, down at the boat yard place, marine, at the tidal moorings or something, I don't know anything about boats or fishing, but this is where there's some boats. I quite like the boats lining up. I mean, they're not the most exciting boats in the world, no offence to the fishermen. I apologise for the wind noise, I hope you can hear me. I have got the dead cat on the microphone, even though it keeps falling off. It's irritating, it doesn't clip on. But I think I'm going to shoot them with the reeds in the foreground completely blurred, and focus on the names. See Barracuda, I'm going to try and get that in. So I'm going to frame that up now and we'll see what it looks like. So here we are. I've shot this a couple of different ways actually, and I'm really pleased with it. And actually there's some lovely, there's some light coming from behind me. I don't know, other photographers that I watch are fantastic at understanding what's happening with the light, whether it's bouncing off the clouds or I don't know. Anyway, there's some nice light hits in the boats, as you can see there. So this is the third one that I framed up where I've gone a little bit closer. I have taken that. Let me just take that again just to make sure, and I'll show you. And I've it's a slightly lower shutter speed, so the reeds in the foreground might be slightly blurred, but I don't mind that. But otherwise I've gone for something like that, and I've tried to frame in the nose of this sort of light blue striped boat over on here, and this one's quite interesting, and I like that the bottom reeds, it's framed by the bottom, and it's sort of mirrored in the top as well with the trees behind, so I like those textures. And I've shot one a bit higher and one a bit lower, depending how much I want the foreground to be full of those reeds. But yeah, it's one of those sort of peering through shots. So I'll put that up and see what you think. And also I spotted, you can see out a little in the distance. You definitely won't be able to, but it's... where's my finger? Oh gosh, sorry. There. Little. Good times. Oh, there is some lovely light coming through now. That's really nice. You can see in this field there's some isolated trees. That's what I'm going to go back towards. I think I'm happy with my one boat shot. I'm sure there are things further. Maybe I'll walk further down. I've got ages, haven't I? I'm in no rush. Let's see what we see. So sometimes the weather makes the decisions for you. Don't know if you can normally walk down this way, but completely flooded. But I'm quite excited because I've discovered some new pasture land that I'll show you. And there's a big bit of water where it can be some nice reflections. So where I shot some pictures of birds a minute ago that have probably been up on the screen. But I'm going to go and explore some more. Now I'm fully aware that this video is jumping all over the place. I keep saying I'm leaving and then I take a photo and then I do this and that. But thinking about what I was saying about James Popsis, and he talks a lot about telling stories with your images. So this part of the path, I think this is part of the path that's flooded because you can see a gate at the other side. And I really like that. I wanted to just get the water in the foreground and then the gate showing, telling the story of the fact you can't go through on the path. But I also love that there's a danger no swimming sign that's obviously for the water that's over on this side, not the path. So I think that tells quite a nice story with an element of humour to it. So let's shoot that now. ISO's at 100 because it's on the tripod. I can shoot at the lowest aperture, which is f6 on this lens, and that gives me a 30th of a second shutter speed. So I'm not too bothered about what the shutter speed is because I want all of the foreground to be blurred out anyway. I should give some context. I realised the fact that I called this the daddy zoom. It's because it's my dad's lens. So let's shoot that. So this is the pasture land that I've just discovered, and the first shot I found. Now the light has actually disappeared slightly now. I did take a shot earlier, where I'm using a 10-stop filter now. So I did have the shutter speed at about 8 seconds, I think, but I've raised my aperture to f13. That gives me 30 seconds. But annoyingly, the light's just gone, so I need to wait. I might shoot it anyway because it might be quite a nice moody shot and there is some light on it, so let's see what comes out from that in a minute. It's really cold and I should be heading back, but I can't resist seeing shots, and I think there's something lovely there you can see on the camera. So I'm going to grit and bear it, get the camera on the tripod, which the phone is currently on, and see if I can get a shot with the nice warm reflection in the clouds before that sun disappears. Okay, I think I'm probably going to stop it there because I want to get back and get a hot cup of coffee and have a look at what I've got in terms of the photos. It's been a really interesting experience just coming out locally to this part. In Beverley I tend to go to the westward where there's woods because I like taking pictures of trees, but it's been really different coming out to a new location and just seeing what you see and not trying to make photos, but seeing what there is and thinking about things a little bit differently. So that's been really good. Big shout out to my friend Ben Kent who recommended I do this, and it's been hopefully a really good vlog for you to watch as well. And I'm pleased with some of the photos. So thank you for watching, whoever you are. It may well be that it's just the children in my class watching, so hello Year 6 if it's you. So hopefully it's been nice to see something that you recognise a bit more. And it's definitely somewhere I will come back because there's trees, there's wildlife, there's lots of story to be told, I think, about this place. So I'll definitely be coming back. But for now, it's back home. If I see any pictures on the way back that I feel compelled to stop, I'll just put those up on the screen for you to watch. But otherwise, I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.